the national team, as a national team player, there's little or nothing he can do.
All right, let's talk about Zimbabwe. Zimbabwe came into this competition, I mean, and everybody said, look, they could be the dark horses. Started on a good note against Algeria, 2-2. Yeah. But along the way, the stage became too big for Zimbabwe, and their coach has also decided to call it quit. They've had enough. Yeah. So let me take the back seat. But they don't have any worries, no World Cup qualifiers to play. Yeah. So it's something that we can understand, that there's no football for Zimbabwe apart from maybe the 2019 Nations Cup qualifiers.
Yeah, jungle don't mature, as they say. Definitely. They were able to get, surprisingly though, 2-2. And when the competition became very serious, they had to give way to other teams, no doubt about it. I thought that the coach would have stayed back, seeing that they don't have tournaments ahead, to at least build this team. I mean, to even qualify for the Nations Cup is not a mean feat, it's an achievement. So, but I'm sure some personal reasons must have played a role in the decision to quit, you know, at this point in time.
The coach of Uganda, Milutin Zrejovic, is also saying, my contract is expiring, but a coach doesn't close up all his options.
He's been old, and he's asking the Ugandan Football Federation to pay up, or else he will leave, because, I mean, the guy is hot now. It's like a hot cake.
What was able to do with Uganda?
Yeah, South African footballer we learned are looking for him. Even the Ghana Football Association are also looking, you know, trying to woo him. So he's telling them, you have to pay me for the work I've done. If you don't do that, then I have to take, you know, my destiny to my hands. I think it's not good enough to him. When you employ a coach, you should make efforts to pay him, you know, so that he will not be distracted by offers, you know, more lucrative offers. If they lose this coach that has done so much for them, remember.
And don't forget, Uganda are also in the midst of the World Cup qualifiers, and they're doing well.
And they're doing well. They drew against the Black Stars of Ghana away, and they won their home game. And you know, they didn't do badly at the Nations Cup, considering the caliber of players they have, apart from Denis Onyango and the lad who is in Belgium,
Farouk Mia.
You know, I think the edge they've had is the input of the coach, and you have to treat him fairly. If he has done a good job for you and you have a contract with him, you have to, you know, abide by that contract.
Guys, let's quickly talk about Nigeria now. Where does this put us? We didn't go to the Nations Cup, so we are not under pressure to deal with our coach or be happy with him or be sad with him. But how can we build on the fact that we were not at the Nations Cup, we've seen the teams, get our group together and be able to maintain our momentum going forward?
Well, we are well rested, as they say. You know, our coach has been there. We have the opportunity of having a ringside view of what is happening. We can do our analysis. Our players are not there. You know, they are fresh. Although most of them are playing in Europe, of course, they are fresh. I think we can just look and, you know, make our strategy, see the form of these teams. You know, whatever... let's say we're looking down on them now. For example, Cameroon now with their success, we know them better. It puts us in a position to prepare, you know, better for the games against them.
All right, let's take you back to Gabon now. As you can see on your screen, the Egyptians have scored, and Mohamed Salah with the goal after 66 minutes. So it's Burkina Faso 0, Egypt 1. That's the update from that first semi-final game of the 2017 Africa Cup of Nations. Egypt are in the lead, and if their record in this competition is anything to go by, they've not conceded any goal. If they're able to do it again, then Egypt will be through to the final. But there's still a lot of time. There's still over 22 minutes of football left, so a lot can still happen. The Egyptians can score more, Burkina Faso can come back, and anything can still happen around this game. But at the moment, Mohamed Salah has scored for Egypt, the lead Burkina Faso by a goal to 0. All right, guys, let's pause for a break. And when we return from the break, Yemi Adebayo will be joining us. We'll allow Joseph to take a rest. But Joseph, thank you so much for coming on Sports Tonight. We've enjoyed your company on the show, so we look forward to seeing you again and again. We'll go on a quick break now. When we return from the break, we'll be spending time to talk about domestic football, the Nigerian Football Federation, and their integrity strategy. That's what they said, the integrity strategy, the strategies that they have put in place to ensuring that we are able to preserve our game and be fair and be free, and ensure that whatever we do not leave room for doubts. That's what the Nigerian Football Federation are doing. And we also need to update you before we go on that break that City have scored the 3rd goal, and it's the new guy, the new boy, Gabriel Jesus, that has scored the goal. So they lead West Ham by 3-0. Kevin De Bruyne, David Silva, Gabriel Jesus with the goals for Manchester City. Guys, before we go on that break, let's just say a word or two about Manchester City. Kelechi Iheanacho is not even named on the bench, and those are really warning signals for us. I mean, not even on the bench, talk less of having a chance to start the game. It's really alarm bells ringing.
Yeah, very visible to the blind and audible to the deaf. And the coming of Gabriel Jesus, signaled great danger to Iheanacho's regular, playing time with Manchester City. And if you watched his first game for Man City, you knew that there was serious trouble, that Iheanacho needed to either up his game or take his game elsewhere.
So what options will you be giving Iheanacho? Up your game. The window is closed.
It's closed.
He has to up his game.
He has to. I hope he doesn't get
demonetized. I mean, that's the message. You have to up your game and be ready to fight for your place.
Definitely.
Because this also has impact on the Nigerian national team.
It does. I mean, when a player begins to lose his place on the bench, it's just, precedes being declared, surplus to requirements. I think his career, in addition to upping his game, with the way City is now, his career is begging for a move to a Bournemouth, to a Sunderland, where he can play regular playing time. So you should seriously consider that, because the way it is now, for him to have a look in, there has to be a major injury, because he's the 3rd now in the pecking orders. He's fallen behind. So I think as a young player coming up, he needs games, and if he cannot get it
to boost his own confidence,
exactly. If he cannot get it, then it will affect his growth, his development as a player.
All right, so let's go for that break now. When we return from the break, Yemi Adebayo will be joining us. We'll spend some time to talk domestic football, the plans of the Nigerian Football Federation to make sure that the integrity of our game is sustained and is improved upon. We'll be right back. Join us again.